Greetings and welcome back to Movin' Right Along, a Muppet movie podcast brought to you by toughpigs.com. This is the podcast where we watch Muppet Treasure Island 2 minutes at a time and talk about it a lot. I'm your host, Ryan Rowe.
I'm your other host, Anthony Strand.
And today we have an exciting first-time guest. Guest, please introduce yourself.
Hi there. I am Richard Michael Gomez. I am a huge Muppet fan and artist, puppet builder, puppeteer, and a couple other things I can't remember right now.
You do so many things. So thanks for joining us.
No one talks about my spoon nose ability.
Oh, okay. Do you want to? I don't know if that would really translate to an audio podcast, but if you wanted to demonstrate for us here.
Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Oh, we've got a good. It's a dud. It's a dud. It's
wow!
Okay.
Oh, that was you really had it going great for a minute there.
What a roller coaster!
Sometimes I had a 10-second run once. It was really something.
That's impressive.
Awesome.
All right. Well, unfortunately, we're not here to talk about spoons or noses today. We're here to talk about minutes 57 and 58 of Muppet Treasure Island, in which the Electric Mayhem plays a pirate party, and Tim Curry begins singing Professional Pirate. But before those things happen, actually, we get to see the rest of the mysterious object that was entering the frame at the end of last week's clip. It's a motorboat driven by a rat with a rat passenger and another rat behind it on water skis. I don't really know exactly how they did this. I guess this is probably all just remote controlled, right?
Yeah, just animatronics, I presume.
Yeah.
Probably animatronics, just the toy boat.
Right, like there's no puppeteer with their hand inside one of those rats. They probably just put it in the tank where they were shooting the ocean stuff. So the rat who's water skiing, who by the way is wearing a life jacket. That's a very nice touch. You always always want to encourage water safety. He says he's getting tired. The rat passenger says, "What?" And he says, "I'm getting tired." And the passenger says to the driver, he says, "Go faster." So poor guy, they go faster. He's getting so tired.
And they're already so far away from the boat. Like, they are not near the boat in the clip. Like, it's going to be a long ride back, and he's already tired.
Yeah, that's true.
That's the funniest thing about it, in my opinion.
And also, the pirates in their jolly boats just left the ship. So, yeah, these rats didn't waste any time getting into this motorboat and going on this water skiing excursion.
You're taking advantage of that cruise time, baby.
You got to do it.
Yeah.
Do it.
Have either of you ever been water skiing?
No, I've never been water skiing. My previous guest, Benjamin, my brother was here, he would excitedly tell you that one time I got on a jet ski, got about 10 feet out into the lake, stood up, and immediately fell over.
Oh,
because I didn't understand the way my weight would be balanced on the jet ski.
Oh no!
So yeah, not a big water cruise.
Yeah,
guy. You know?
No, I never have gone water skiing, and I'm sure I never will. Although recently I went out on a boat with my family, and it was actually more fun than I expected it to be. So I'll stay inside the boat and have fun.
Yeah, I like being in a boat.
Yeah. In a boat, on a boat, but not being dragged behind the boat. So the next thing we see is kind of a neat little trick that I never really noticed before. The shot dissolves to this big rock that fills up the whole frame, and the camera sort of glides past it.
Covered in seaweed, which is a nice touch.
Oh, yeah. Very, very realistic. The camera glides past this rock and shows us the beach. We're on the island. By the way, we finally made it. We are now on Treasure Island.
Yay! It's Treasure Island, the title character of the movie.
Yes, it only took 57 minutes to get there.
Mm-hmm.
So we can hear this jaunty music playing in the background during the shot. And the camera then stops suddenly and sort of whips back to the left to show us that this rock is being used as a stage for the Electric Mayhem. They're doing a little gig here on this rock right by the beach.
So we talked earlier about how, like, it seems like they're actually working for the rats. It seems like they're the onboard entertainment
For the cruise, yeah.
for the cruise. And now I feel like they give them these lines specifically because they just need to be in the scene because the scene needs musicians.
Yeah, yeah, I guess so. So what the lines are, Zoot says, "Hey man, I can't figure out what side we're on. Are we with the pirates or the frog captain?" And Floyd says, "Oh, hey man." I like how that's how they address each other. Hey man.
Hey, man.
Floyd says, "Just play the gig, never get involved in politics." And then Animal responds, "Politics, politics." So yeah, there you have it. It doesn't matter who they're working for.
I have questions about because I'm super focused on, first of all, the production detail of this movie is fantastic. So their outfits are incredible. I feel like the sound is a little bit more electric, but I know it's the Electric Mayhem, but I mean, what amps are we connected to here? What are we plugging into? That's my question.
Yeah.
Right. That's the thing, because they're just playing their normal instruments through this whole movie.
Yeah, I like that.
I have too many questions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, repeat yourself. It's just a Muppet movie. You should really just relax. No, but I like, because in Muppet Christmas Carol, they were playing acoustic instruments, which seemed right for that movie. But this movie is much less concerned with sticking to, avoiding anachronisms or sticking to what's period appropriate. So they just went for it.
Like the aforementioned jet ski.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
that too.
Yeah, they're riding out. Yeah. What I was gonna say is I love this moment because this is the only line Floyd or Zoot has in any of the 390s movies.
Oh yeah! Wow.
Like in Muppet Christmas Carol, that they're there, the band plays, but only Animal yells quiet. That's the only line any of them have.
Uh-huh.
And in Muppets from Space, Dr. Teeth says shalom and Animal's in it a bunch. But the rest of the band don't say anything.
The 90s were very good time for the Electric Mayhem.
They really were. They really were. And especially because like Jerry and Dave are right there. Like these guys could have been doing stuff.
We've said that before.
Yeah, I mean, like Floyd had a song on Kermit Unpigged, like we talked, or on Beach Party. One. And he had a song on Beach Party too.
No.
Robin sings "Fun, Fun, Fun." That's what I'm.
Yeah, right.
Jerry Nelson sings on the album, but not Floyd.
Right. This is so easy to put that.
Yeah, those commonly confused characters, Robin and Floyd.
The aging rocker and the little boy.
Jerry Nelson, what a legend, that Richard is absolutely right. It's ridiculous that I confuse those characters.
And he starts with these 2 minutes too, doesn't he? Isn't he that rat?
Oh yeah, he is the one who says I'm getting tired. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jerry Nelson appreciation minute.
Man, that is me on every single episode of this podcast.
Oh yeah.
Like he's the best. He's a legend. I think he's so talented. But yeah, so it's just great to hear Floyd and Zoot talk like it's the Muppet Show and they can just have a conversation.
Yeah.
Because it was so rare during this era.
Right. This feels like a backstage after a musical number on the Muppet Show.
Right.
Yeah, and I wanted to say I like this little instrumental ditty that they're playing. Just like their previous one, it's not on the soundtrack, but it's just simple, it's catchy, and it's been stuck in my head all day.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and point out that Ryan was actually singing this before recording while we were getting set up. He was singing the Electric Mayhem music from this scene.
I was going dip 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 and so on.
It has point and click video game energy a little bit.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah, especially because I think it loops after a little while. Yeah, I could definitely see that.
I love their outfits. Polly Smith and the whole team did such a fantastic job, and it really needs to be highlighted. And I can't stop looking at all their outfits. Polly Smith was on this movie, right?
100%. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just looking at it and thinking, wow, the inventor of the sports bra was involved in this. That's incredible.
It's true.
Yeah, she's very talented. So on the island, on the beach here, there's some human. So first we see some Muppet pirates just kind of dancing around to the music, having a great time. They've built a fire. Oh yeah, again, a lot of fire in this movie. A lot of fire, very close to combustible Muppets.
Yeah.
And then the human pirates are giving Jim a hard time. He's blindfolded, and they're just kind of shoving him around from one pirate to another. And then when they take the blindfold off, Jim is face to face with Long John Silver. Once again, Tim Curry, the king of sinister grins. He's just so much fun to watch here, looking
Well,
evil.
I really like that Long John is like still turning on the charm, even though he's literally threatening to kill Jim. Here, he's like, we might have to
Yeah.
end our association. Ooh, ha, ha. And it's still just like, man, what a cool guy. Like, I'm so happy
Yeah.
you're here.
He's smiling. Yeah, you're right. He's still smiling as if he's trying to be friends with Jim, even though
Yeah.
something has shifted,
Yeah.
obviously. Yeah. So he says, "Easy, lad. 'Tis all in good fun. Pleased I am to initiate you into our enterprising." And then he sort of, his face contorts while he searches for a word, and he decides on company. And all the other pirates laugh. Like, this is so funny. Company.
Yeah. Because they're big Sondheim fans. So they got the reference.
Oh, yeah. They're like, oh, yeah, we are going to put on a production of Company later.
Yeah. The Black Eyed Pea, Calico Jerry, and what's that other guy's name?
Is it Easy Pete?
Yeah, something Pete. They all started Bobby baby, Bobby booby or whatever. And then Sondheim has to come out and tell him how to pronounce it. It's great.
Yeah, there you go. That's what's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
So, oh, yeah, and I wanted to mention, too, I've been up in my notes, perhaps unnecessarily. Up to this point, I've been avoiding using the word pirates to describe the crew of the Hispaniola because, as far as the protagonists of the movie have known, these are just sailors. They might be a little unsavory, but they're just sailors. But now everybody knows that these guys are pirates. So now I'm going to have to remind myself to actually use the word pirates in my notes going forward.
Yeah. Hey Ryan. Hey Ryan.
Yeah.
That guy's name is Easy Pete.
Yeah, is that what I said?
You said Easy Pete? I couldn't remember. Yeah, Easy Pete. You were right.
Yeah, that's what I meant to say if it's not what I said.
All right, what do you think makes him easy?
He's just like a laid back guy. He's just like an easygoing guy.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I guess that's it. I mean, yeah, there are some other innuendo-laden potential interpretations of a nickname like Easy Pete, but probably not in a Muppet movie.
But that was a sexual innuendo? I thought this was supposed to be a kid's movie.
Ah, no, this is just a kids' movie that's full of murder and death and killing and fire.
A Henry Kissinger book.
Yeah.
Right. So Long John says joining this company entitles Jim to all the benefits thereof, and Jim says he doesn't want any benefits. Now, this is how you know that this movie does not take place in our modern economy and job market, because Jim should really at least ask what the benefits are. I mean, who knows? They're like, what's the pirate health insurance like, and do they do profit sharing? He should really find these things out before he just, rejects it flat out.
Settle down, Jay Leno. Sheesh. You hear about this one, Kev? Jim Hawkins doesn't want any benefits.
Is that what Jay Leno would say?
It just felt like such a Jay Leno joke. Like, well, nowadays he would definitely want them. Kevin
Okay.
Eubanks is laughing. I don't know.
Yeah, that's cold, Jay. Long John says that this is a one-time offer, and if Jim says no, he'll have to terminate their relationship. But
Yeah.
Jim declines the offer again, and he says, "You're nothing but murdering pirates." And Long John seems startled by this at first and says, "Pirates?" It seems like he's offended. Then he just laughs like it's so hilarious. It's the most hysterical thing he's heard all day.
The first one, I have it down in my notes as mock disbelief.
Yeah, that's right. You don't really think that he's offended.
Right. He's just like, why would you accuse me of that? No, that's what I am. Ha ha ha.
Yeah. And then he says, if that's what you're thinking, you're dead wrong. And then he goes into the song, Professional Pirate. This song is basically about how being a pirate is a respectable profession, actually. It's pretty funny. I like the song, and it's a good showcase for Tim Curry to have an entire song to himself, which actually there's a joke about that later. On the DVD commentary, Brian Henson notes that the song was sung by Tim Curry live on set, which is pretty unusual for a Muppet production. I guess the Muppets don't really have a lot of vocal parts in the song. Maybe that makes it easier. I have no idea, but yeah, good for him. I don't know how many takes they did.
You see that inspired Tom Hoople on his Les Miserables. This performance.
I hope so. Man, I hope that's true.
All gotta be alive.
He was like, we got to do it like Muppet Treasure Island.
That's
Annie, Hugh, Russell, we're doing it.
A direct quote.
Uh-huh.
No, you can tell it's not, because this musical number isn't full of unnecessarily tight close-ups.
Right, and at the most unflattering angle possible.
Right.
It's like he's like just below their faces, looking up the nostrils. Every song is like, on my own. You know, it's just
so. For those who can't see Anthony, he just like tilted his face up so we can see up his nostrils. Yeah. Yeah. And if you're going to do an adaptation of a huge, elaborate musical where the entire stage is full of things happening at the same time, you really just want to ignore all that stuff and just keep it on the tightest possible close-up so the audience can see the smallest amount of visual information possible at all times.
It's such a weird movie. Why is it like that?
I don't know. I really don't know.
I saw
thrill and a pleasure of being able to derail this kind of it.
Oh man, I saw Les Mis in the theater on the same day as Lincoln. We went to a double feature.
Whoa.
This was Life Before Kids. We went to 2.5 hour movies on a school night.
Yeah, I was going to say, those are both really long.
Yeah. And that might have made Les Mis even worse. Because I loved Lincoln. I don't know how you feel about Lincoln. I think it rules. I think it's so good.
Yeah, it's good.
But Les Mis, it was just like, oh, we should have just stayed home and watched the 20, what is it, the 10th anniversary concert? Is that what it is with Leia?
Oh, yeah.
That's way better.
Yeah, sure. Well, there you go. We have opinions about Les Miserables.
So we've got two musicals brought up so far. We've got Company and we've got Les Miserables.
Oh, yeah.
Sondheim and his direct competitor, Cats guy, that I can't remember the name of right now.
No, Les Mis is not by Andrew Lloyd Webber.
It's not?
No, Les Mis is by two French people.
Yeah, I can never remember their names.
Yeah. You're thinking of something else from that time.
Oh, okay. I had no idea.
Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat.
Sure.
So as some listeners are no doubt shouting at me right now, it is Claude Michel Schoenberg and Elaine Bobly.
That's the chaps.
Yeah, I don't know. Andrew Lloyd Webber did like Evita and stuff. I don't know. Like he wrote all kinds of stuff.
Phantom of the Opera.
You might be thinking of Phantom, yeah.
There was so many fish in a bucket I could have shot, and I shot the wrong fish.
That's right. Or Bad Cinderella. Maybe you were thinking of Bad Cinderella.
I was thinking of Bad Cinderella. They're pretty.
His most recent.
So many fish in a bucket, but he did not do the music for the musical Big Fish.
Oh, that's right. That exists. Speaking of, this is actually a good segue to another thing I wanted to talk about.
Okay.
Which is that I think Professional Pirate is the most like traditional Broadway sounding song in this movie and maybe in any Muppet movie.
I feel like stepping out. But it depends on your definition of Broadway, because there's so many eras.
It's a different era of Broadway. Yeah.
It's definitely like Gilbert and Sullivan. It's very Wait, am I getting that right? No, it's Gilbert O'Sullivan. What am I thinking about?
Are you thinking of Rodgers and Hammerstein?
I'm thinking of Rodgers and Hammerstein, probably.
Gilbert and Sullivan are also theater composers, but that's like the Mikado and Pirates of Penzance. That's Gilbert and Sullivan.
I got that right the first time then. Because it does feel like it's channeling that energy for sure. Professional Pirate.
Oh yeah. I thought you meant Stepping Out with a Star. I
did say Stepping Out with a Star, but that's more akin to like, I think Hello Dolly, but that's still Broadway, so it's like
right. To me, all the songs in Great Muppet Capers sound like they're from like a 1930s review. You know,
Oh,
I mean, they
yeah.
sound like from Gold Diggers of 1933.
Or
whatever.
yeah, a Hollywood musical of that
A Hollywood
era,
musical,
of the
exactly.
30s. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Whereas, yeah, you're right. It does. This one sounds like a Gilbert and Sullivan thing, or I think like Rodgers and Hammerstein. Right? It sounds like it could be like the big villain number in The King and I or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, I was going to note at the end of this clip, we can talk a little bit more about the song too, but at the end of this clip, I really like the composition of the shot that we see because it reminds me of the way something would be staged on stage in a theatrical production, where the pirates are sort of singing at Jim, and they're arranged in 3 tiers on the screen by height. So you have Sweetums in the back; he's huge. And then in front of him and lower in the frame are 3 human pirates. It's Long John, Black Eyed Pea, and I think our friend Easy Pete. So they're in front of him and they're lower in the frame. And then in front of them, even lower in the frame, are 4 Muppet pirates who, and they're all sort of, their bodies are positioned toward the camera, but they all have their heads turned toward Jim. It just really looks like something you would see on stage, like, don't face away from the audience, but turn your heads to look at the other actor over there.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
Good Muppet blocking.
Yeah. It just looks like you're watching a musical on stage. So the song, we hear some of the lyrics. When I was just a lad searching for my true vocation, my father said, my son, this choice deserves deliberation. I like that rhyme, vocation and deliberation.
Who was the songwriter on this movie?
Barry Mann and Cynthia Weil, who mostly wrote pop songs in the 60s.
I feel like they just had a thesaurus out on their knee the whole time while they were like playing away at piano keys.
Yeah. The thesaurus, a rhyming dictionary. Just how many words can we fit into this? So apparently Long John's father told him that he could be a doctor or a financier. These are both careers that are sort of like stereotypically parents really hope that their kids will go into. Like, have you ever thought about being a doctor? Have you ever thought about going into finance? But no, Long John's father said, why not consider a more challenging career? So this is like Long John's origin story. His dad actively encouraged him to become a pirate.
Yeah.
So,
well, and that speaking of musical theater tunes, that reminds me of Dentist from Little Shop of Horrors.
I'm about to say so.
Is that what you're going to say, Richard?
Yes.
Yeah. Because like that, this starts out with him, like that song also starts with the Orange Crivello DDS character talking about how like he could have done other things, but then his mom said like, be a dentist, right? Like,
right. Yeah, I didn't put that together.
Yeah.
Not quite right for the priesthood.
Right. Teaching would suit you still less. Yeah. I'm a terrible singer. I don't know why I keep singing on this podcast.
It's okay. You can get away with it.
Yeah. All right.
The movie Little Shop of Horrors was directed by Frank Oz, who was in this movie also.
And that role was played by Muppet Show guest star and Muppet Movie cameo guest star Steve Martin.
Oh, yeah. Wow, everything's connected.
Mm-hmm.
So then, at the end of the clip, the other pirates have joined in. Hey, ho, ho, you'll cruise to foreign shores, and you'll keep your mind and then that's where this clip ends. At some point in there, Long John shouts out, sing, lads, but yeah, that's where the clip ends, so we will have to wait until next week to find out what else goes with your mind. I don't know. You'll keep your mind and something. Mm-hmm. That's kind of all I have about the song. Richard, you won't be here with us next week for the rest of the song. Do you have any other thoughts on Professional Pirate?
I was going to bring up the dentist comparison. It feels like the on the yin and yang thing. It feels like they complete each other a little bit, which I have never thought about before watching it this time. I really enjoyed that. It really takes advantage of Tim Curry. Like, this is Tim Curry at its Tim Curryest in the whole movie.
Yeah.
Eyeballs, I can't stop looking at how his eyeballs are bulging out of his sockets. They're practically ping pong balls, which is kind of poetic, surrounded by Muppets.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah, he's very well cast in this role. Yeah, okay. And then I don't really have anything else on these 2 minutes except in the June 1st, 1994 draft of the screenplay, this plays out pretty much the same way, except that this parrot character named Stevenson, who was in the draft, is in this scene. And once again, he's complaining that this part of the movie is nothing like his book. So that happens. But that's about it. So anything else on these 2 minutes? Richard, starting with you.
Now I'm just wondering if there was any early draft of this movie where Gonzo was Stevenson, and then they were like, no, let's keep the parrot Stevenson, and then they were like, no, this is bad, and they just cut all of it, or was it?
Yeah, it was like a whole process to figure out who Long John's parrot would be. They in one interview, I think it was Kirk Thatcher, said they started out, maybe it was Jerry Jewell. They started out with
Jerry.
a sultry female parrot named Amazonia who had a weird sort of like flirtatious relationship with Long John, and they decided that was inappropriate, so they changed it to this parrot named Stevenson, who claims to be the author of the book Treasure Island and constantly complains that the movie is nothing like his book. And then they decided that it would be funnier to just not have a parrot and have a lobster named Polly instead. So that's what we have here. Yeah. So Anthony, anything else from these 2 minutes or anything from The Strange Case?
I have some stuff from The Strange Case. So in the book, after he hears that Long John is a pirate, Jim actually sneaks into their camp to try to talk to him, and Long John finds him, and that's when he says, "Now you see, Jim, so be as you are here, I'll give you a piece of my mind. I've always liked you, I have, for a lad of spirit, and the picture of my own self when I was young and handsome. I always wanted you to join and take your share and die a gentleman, and now, my cock, you've got to." So yeah, he basically just tells Jim, you need to join the pirates. So there really is a scene very much like this.
Huh. Yeah, but they don't kidnap him then.
Correct.
Huh, okay. Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
So this ups the stakes. This is a little more dramatic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which we've been finding over and over, which is surprising.
That they made the movie less dramatic than the famous adventure story.
No, just how many things are different like that. Things that I feel like would be from the book. Like the pirates kidnap Jim. That's not in the book. You know?
Yeah, that's surprising. Wait, I'm sorry. Did I say the movie is less dramatic?
Yes.
I meant to say the movie is more dramatic than the famous adventure story. That makes more sense.
And I agree, and that's surprising. Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Huh, okay. So, Richard, we ask our guests on this podcast 2 questions. The first one being, what is your history with this movie? For example, do you remember the first time you saw it, and so on?
I'm going to say I saw it in 2009. I was a kid of some age. I remember this moment how old I was in 2009, but that sounds correct. My first impressions were, wow, a Muppet movie. And I liked it on those merits. And I had a rollicking time. I didn't know who Tim Curry was. He freaked me out a little bit.
Sure.
I was watching it for Gonzo.
And did you find it satisfying on Gonzo terms?
There was a fair amount of Gonzo. There was a good amount of Gonzo. I was satisfied.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, he's in this one a lot. If you were watching it for Piggy, you might be more disappointed. But, all right, and then the second question is, where do you rank Muppet Treasure Island among all the other Muppet movies?
I watched it recently, the other day, so I could get a fair handle on the movie again, for specifically thinking about those 2 minutes. And before I did that, it was my probable least favorite. And right now it might still be, but I really did enjoy this. Like I said before, the production detail design is everything. The blocking and choreography of all these different characters is incredible. It's taking a lot of what was great about Christmas Carol and just continuing it. And my main problem is that of was taking what was great about Christmas Carol and continuing it. It feels like a lot of it either stagnates or is weaker than Christmas Carol's strength. Like, for example, having to change the boat, which feels a little bit unnecessary.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Yeah, it just feels more like it's more of a cartoon.
Mm-hmm.
I feel bad for Treasure Island because everything about it needs it to be compared to Christmas Carol. So it's always like the little brother. But it has Tim Curry. It has Tim Curry, so you can't complain.
Yeah, he's a highlight. But no, you're right. It required a lot more changes from the source material than Christmas Carol, that's for sure. All right, then, if there is nothing else, then we can wrap things up for this week. Richard, thank you again for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah. As always, thanks to Morgan Davy for our show's logo. And listeners, you can find Tough Pigs on the internet at toughpigs.com, and we are all over social media as well as TeePublic. You can also join other Muppet fans in talking about all this stuff on the Tough Pigs Discord server. You can email us at movingrightalong@toughpigs.com. Nobody ever does, so it would be nice if somebody did. I am on Letterboxd at Movies Are Neat. Anthony is on Letterboxd at Zeppo Marxist. I am on Blue Sky at Me Ryan Rowe, and Anthony is on Blue Sky at Durwood Clapper. You can follow us in those places. Richard, tell people where they can find you or your work online.
You can find me principally on Instagram at Richard Michael Gomez. It's my full name. Richard Michael Gomez out is my email. Richard Michael Gomez is my website. It's all the same. Don't look for my Twitter.
Okay. And for those who might not know, Richard is a very talented artist and puppet builder, so you can see pictures of all his artwork and various creations on those places, so you should definitely seek those out.
Richard, you're one of my favorite artists. I've told you that. Like,
could I plug one more thing? Could I plug one more?
Of course.
I would like to plug oranges, limes, and lemons, because I guarantee if you're a pirate, the only thing that you're not getting insurance on is dental.
Ooh, yeah.
Thank you so much for the compliment. It means a lot.
Yeah, of course, man. No, it's so true. I'll teacher. I remember once I emailed you to like, could you draw this dumb picture that I just wanted to like send our friend Joe Hennes, and you like did it that day. Yeah, and it was just like incredible, and you're the best, man. You're the best.
I had more time when I was like 18.
Sure.
I really enjoyed doing that, and I'm so glad you liked it.
Yeah, I love that. All right, listeners, please tell everyone you know about this podcast. Please leave us a positive review wherever you can leave us a positive review. And join us again next week for another episode of Moving Right Along.
Goodbye.